Everybody, Scorpion here. So we got some laptop hard drives. We're gonna strip them down, see what type of boards we can find, and make sure that they're not readable.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
So I'm gonna say most of these boards are gonna be SATA. No, they're gonna be non-SATA. I'm sorry. Gotta run through them real quick. So I'm separating them out according to what type of screw type they have. If they're Phillips, I'll put them at one place. And if they're little hex heads or star bits, put them at a different place, just so I can kind of allows me to not have to change my bit every 5 seconds. So that's kind of the first thing that I do. All right, that's enough. Check, make sure we don't have any SATA over here. No, we don't. Alright, so just a reminder, the difference between SATA and non-SATA for your hard drive boards. So this is going to be SATA. It's got the flat pins, it's got the connection that looks like this. Let's see if I can get behind it here. The non-SATA, which is the higher paying, they have actual pins instead of these flat pieces here on one side. And you can see gold all the way around those pins. So this is SATA. Non-SATA would look like these right here, if y'all can see those. But the whole thing would look like that, not just this little piece right here. So that's something that took me a while to figure out. I had problems finding something to explain that to me in dumb person terms, so I understood what I was looking at or looking for. And I still mix them up as far as the words SATA and non-SATA. So as you can see, laptop, they're pretty easy. I think E-Waste might. He sells them as they are. He doesn't take them apart. He doesn't even take the laptop apart. But he's trying to chase more volume than I am. So I'm not, I'm not at a shop. I don't have any actual, real overhead. I'm doing this at home. So it makes it a lot easier for me to get max value from stuff, hold stuff until the prices are something that make me happy and that kind of thing. So you have to kind of look at that and determine what suits you. Are you trying to run volume to get the most money you can and do it as fast as you can? Or are you trying to get max value? And normally, to me, I think what makes a big difference too is what type of volume you can get. I mean, if you're getting 100 computers a week, then you may want to run volume. If you're getting 100 computers a month, well, then you may want to break that down to get max value if that's all you're getting, because you're not getting a huge volume of it. And kind of the other side of that too is if you're getting, you're paying your bills with the money running a business, then that's a little bit different than being a side hustle trying to make $1. I mean, I'm just making some extra cash to fund my business. I was hoping to make this a full-time thing, but it doesn't look like the cards are really playing out too well for that. But who knows what may happen in the future. We'll see how things go along. Now, if you're one of those people that likes to go after gold, some of them have these little gold tabs in here. You can scratch up underneath it and grab it and peel it right off. But it's going to have to go to some type of refiner, or you're going to have to refine it yourself to get that gold out. That's just another option. Another way to make an extra dollar. Not all of them have that. Some do, some don't. I didn't even look at all of them. See, that one's got it. And quite often after I do all this, I'll go back and pull those off and drop them in a separate bucket. And one day when I have a huge batch of them, I'll call up one of my friends, like Silver Stole, and mail it off to him and let him, you know, make some money out of it. Get that gold. So I'm breaking the board instead of getting that last screw out because it's underneath the plastic. So that's two different types of screws. Now, more than likely, this is not going to fit most of these. Because these tend to all be pretty small screws. So I'll have to reach over here and grab this with a smaller screwdriver, a smaller Phillips on it. This does take a little bit of time, but it's not difficult. It's not loud. This is something you can do while you're watching TV. It's nothing better than sitting around with your family, enjoying a good show, and making money at the same time. As you can see. And again, it's got the gold underneath. So you can reach under that, peel it up like I showed you on that other one. So that's kind of the three different types of screws that are in them, that kind of thing. So I'm going to show you how to make these unreadable. So some people want to take them and resell them. And if you've got the equipment to properly wipe it clean and make sure there's nothing on there, that's probably okay. But me, I'm kind of careful with people's information, and I don't want to take the chance of somebody getting somebody's information. So normally what I do is I just pull that board off, and this is for the laptop ones. You'll see right here is your spinning piece. So you got a disc that goes around here. Hopefully you can hear that. So that destroyed that disc. It shattered into pieces. Nobody can get anything off of that now. They're not going to be able to put that back together. Nothing. So that whole disc exploded. So I now just toss this over in aluminum breakage. Now the ones that come out of the big computers, I take those all the way apart. I say big computers, we'll say desktops. I take those all the way apart. I get clean cast for this. That normally goes into the shred, but there's a piece in there that's got gold on it. You've got the disc you can take out. A lot of times they're aluminum. I scratch them all up on both sides, each and every single one of them. Sometimes they're glass, so you have to check and see. That would be glass. But yeah, so it's a little bit more money you can make out of the big ones. Don't get me wrong, you can take these apart and do the same thing, but there's not much there. So I've got a place that'll give me aluminum breakage for it. That's destroyed. Can't nobody get any information off of that. So I toss it in with aluminum breakage, let them run it through the processor, which is going to grind it up into pieces and separate the aluminum and metal, or aluminum and shred and that kind of thing. So hope that gives you some information on how to break down these small laptop drives. They're not difficult. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll see y'all next time.